Welcome, everyone, to episode number 43 of Talking Kentucky. My name is Coleman Scott. His name is Caden Holmes, and the NCAA tournament has begun. We've already seen some upsets. We've already seen a lot of good games. Some we predicted correctly, and some, like most of America, we did not predict correctly, and we'll get in to all that stuff here. Caden, it's National Panda Day today. Are you a big panda fan?
Can't say I am. No. Are you?
Why not? Do you have any reason that you're actively not a panda fan?
Well, I don't actively think about pandas, so I guess that's my reasoning behind not being a panda fan.
Yeah, that's a good that's good reasoning, I think there. It's Companies That Care Day today. A lesson all employers must learn is that a happy employee is a loyal employee. Caden, can you think of any
Oh,
companies?
I'm sorry. I have ESPN to the side. I just heard like some kind of commentators going off about some game. I thought it was on our stream. So can you repeat that?
Oh yeah, I said the Companies That Care Day, and it could be that ESPN is a company that cares. It says a lesson
I
that
doubt
all.
it.
Well, yeah, I doubt it too. But a lesson all employers must learn is that a happy employee is a loyal employee. So I was wondering if you could think of any, companies that actually do care.
I mean, I think there's some that care more than others.
Yeah, definitely.
I
Uh,
know personally I have good coworkers and a good boss and have a
yeah,
pretty good working environment considering I work from home. So
yeah.
I mean
I would say
that's a positive thing.
that's a good environment. It's good that your home is a good environment. Starbucks is definitely not one of those companies that cares. I feel like Chick-fil-A, you just had
Well,
Chick-fil-A before this. Chick-fil-A definitely cares. I mean, Chick-fil-A goes out of
yeah.
they care a little too much, I think.
I think our Starbucks issue is probably a little biased, but we
Yeah,
also don't like their coffee. So I think that's pretty good reasoning against Starbucks.
that's fair. It's Lips Appreciation Day. I guess I can appreciate that as a trumpet player. I
Yeah.
guess you could, interpret it in a number of different ways. But everything you do is right day is today. Thank goodness everything you do is right day follows everything you think is wrong day. So I guess that means yesterday was everything you think is wrong. Um, Hopefully Kentucky does some things right tomorrow night. It's National Vaccination Day, so go get your vaccines. I guess.
I guess
Um,
so.
yeah.
Is it flu
Uh,
season or something?
I think it's still flu season. Flu season's pretty long. Flu season goes from it starts. They pretty much tell you to start getting your flu shots in like August, and then it goes till May or something. So I feel like flu season gets longer every year.
Well, Clyde's protected. He says he has his 2 vaccine shots, so
Well,
that's
that's
good,
good.
Clyde.
And it's finally it's National No Selfies Day today. I'm not a big selfie fan. I feel like I always look
Oh no.
terrible in selfies for one, and I'm also really bad at taking selfies too. So I'm just all
I just
around
don't see
not
the
really a
point in
selfie.
selfies.
Yeah, and you got the
What, to
selfie
upload
stick
them to Facebook? Is that the point?
or Instagram. Yeah, get those likes. I think
Oh,
that's the whole point.
great. Instagram.
Yeah. Oh, nothing better than Instagram. That's for sure. That was definitely sarcasm there, by the way. Well, Josh,
Cesspool.
that's a good way to describe it too. At National Cesspool Day. Josh Hart says, "Wow, what a day in the NCAA tournament," and he sums it up, man. I mean, it's all there's always upsets on the first day of the NCAA tournament, and this Thursday and Friday, it's two of my favorite days of the whole year because it's just games on 24/7, and I mean there's nothing better.
And
But
now that we got that app, it's even better. The
that's
March
right.
Madness app, you can watch whatever you want.
Uh-huh.
I was thinking about that. I'm over here looking at these scores. So Princeton beat Arizona. That's the upset. And then obviously the Furman, Virginia one. I was thinking about the St. Peter's loss last year. Sorry, Clyde, for mentioning that. But,
Uh,
you know,
it's just
it,
routine by
isn't
now.
I honestly hurt for these teams, because out of 5 times, how many times do you think Princeton would actually beat Arizona?
Probably one.
Exactly. I don't
Or
know that adds to
zero.
March Madness, but it's just It's just irritating. Like the whole year you build up for it, and you have
Hey,
one off night. And
Caden's over here feeling bad for Arizona. Why are you feeling bad for
well, I don't
Arizona?
like Arizona, but I think about our situation last year and how terrible that was.
It was pretty bad. We did, lose to a 15 seed, but you can't feel bad. I mean, you can't feel bad for the DeAndre Ayton crying bag of money in the post game press conference. I mean,
No, not
you
at
can't
all.
feel
No,
bad. No,
or the
that's
Sean Miller recruiting tactics.
well, yeah, that's right. Well, that's why they lost because they don't have the Sean Miller recruiting tactics anymore. But Caden, you know how I say that some of our best shows are really shows that I don't have anything planned at all.
Is this an
Um,
example of that?
Well, this is going to be a really good show then because I have absolutely no topics written down. I have absolutely nothing planned, so we're going to kind of fly by the seat of our pants tonight and take your calls. But it is the NCAA tournament, so I guess there is a lot to talk about there. The upset everybody's talking about, first of all, is the Furman Paladins upsetting Virginia and that buzzer beater. And Caden, you nailed it. Like they tried to they tried to give that one away several times. I mean, I think Virginia was up like 4 or 5 points with like 10 seconds left, and they somehow lose the game. I mean, I
Yeah,
loved it because as many of you know, I picked the Furman Paladins to move on. We picked it on our Talking Kentucky bracket, our collective bracket we did on the show. My personal bracket, I also picked it, but Caden, you had Virginia moving on, I think.
yeah, we all did that collective bracket, and then we did a personal one that we also added to the group. And don't worry, we're not in the running personally for the Talking
Yeah, we're
Kentucky
not.
hat. So
We're not.
if we win, then we don't get the hat. We get whoever's next in line. But yeah, I did not pick Furman, and Virginia should have won that game, but they were missing free throws, and that play at the end, they literally just threw it down court and gave the ball away. I guess he thought that there was way less time on the clock than there actually was.
Josh Hurt says, I like our group motto on the brackets. That's right. Our group motto, if you haven't seen it yet, on the Talking Kentucky bracket challenge is Go Cats, but man. And that's what,
Yeah.
Caden came up with that to put that on there. But actually, it originated from the mouth of Josh Hart. When did that originate? Was that after it was after a football loss. I
Was
know
it
that.
Vandy?
I mean, that would make sense if it was Vandy. Um, but I can't remember. I'm sure Josh knows because he's the one that said it. And he also says free throws matter because they do. So that's very true. That's going to matter for us tomorrow night. And we'll get into that a little bit for sure. Caden, my bracket was perfect. I had Alabama, I had Maryland, San Diego State, I even had Furman, I had Missouri. Of course, I had Kansas moving on to the second round. I had Arkansas beating Illinois. Everything was going well. I was perfect on my bracket. And then I checked my phone and I have a text from you and Cody saying I knew Arizona was bad, but I didn't think Arizona was that bad. So I thought they must have lost to Princeton. And they did, in fact, lose to Princeton. Caden, how do you and luckily, I didn't have Arizona moving past the first weekend. I had them losing in the round of 32. But like, how do you lose to Princeton? Man, I don't care. I don't care how many. And better yet, how do you only score 55 points in a game if you're Arizona? I mean, I know you're in the
Yeah, that's the
Pac-12.
most shocking part. And to add another one to that, I'm pretty unless Duke really screws this up, they're up 17 at the half against Oral Roberts. So didn't you pick Oral
Yeah,
Roberts?
I did not pick Oral Roberts. No,
Oh, okay.
I actually picked Duke. I feel like
Okay. Well, that's good.
that's the upset everybody's picking is Oral Roberts, the
Yeah.
pick Duke, that 5-12 matchup. But I went with the Furman upset there. But one upset I did pick that I still think is going to happen is Fairleigh Dickinson is going to beat Purdue tomorrow night. You mark it down. Fairleigh Dickinson won by like 30 on their first game, and I know they were playing Texas Southern. But I think Purdue is going down, man. I think Fairleigh Dickinson is going to pull off the upset because they're not super Dickinson, but they're Fairleigh Dickinson. So
Yeah, man, it could happen, but I'm not putting my money on that one.
you didn't put your money on Furman either. So
No, I didn't. But that makes a lot more sense because it's Virginia basketball to me.
it does. And
Purdue's not great, but
apparently Fairleigh Dickinson's in the same conference as St. Peter's. I didn't know that initially. So, I mean, we know about those. We know about those teams. They don't play around in those first round matchups. So
They just ruin it for everyone else.
that's right. Claude Harris's Oral Roberts is getting blasted, or as Cody would say, what?
Slaughtered.
Yeah, that's good. That's Cody's terminology there. And he said that Northern Kentucky was going to get slaughtered by Houston tomorrow night. Caden, I didn't know this when we did our bracket on Sunday, but apparently one of Houston's best players is out for the season as of like last game. I think he got injured in the last game. So does that change your mind at all about Houston? You think Northern Kentucky, you think the Norse can slot on in there and pull off the upset?
No, but I didn't have Houston in my Final Four anyway, so that's doesn't really matter to me. I think they'll win a few games.
I actually do think I have Houston in my Final Four. In my personal bracket, in our group, my Final Four is Alabama, Duke, unfortunately, Houston, and Gonzaga. So that's my legit Final Four. Of course, our Talking Kentucky Final Four is Alabama, Kentucky, Kent State, Iona. Yeah. Which how could you go against that?
Yeah, we have to be the only idiots in the entire country that picked that Final Four.
Josh Hart says, I listen to the so-called experts, and they talk all that smack and how great Arizona was.
Hey, well, you heard it here first. Yeah. Arizona sucks.
Well,
we're the experts.
Yeah, we're the experts. Well, you don't have to be an expert to know Arizona sucks. First of all, they're in the Pac-12. There's problem number one. Second of all, the only reason they ever were good is because they had Sean
Miller?
McVay. Sean Miller. Yeah. Okay, yeah. Sean Miller. They had Sean Miller, and he was just paying everybody, the money bags, and that's right. Josh Hart says, I'm going to start listening to you all more. Well, that's a good decision there. That's absolutely. But tomorrow night, Caden, it came out, getting into some Kentucky stuff here, that Severe Wheeler is going to play this weekend, and I saw pictures of him practicing today. I mean, I know we've kind of been tough on Severe, lately here on Talking Kentucky, as a lot of people have, because he hasn't had a great season. And, we've kind of been okay without him for the past few weeks. But genuinely, Caden, do you think it's going to help having him, or do you think it might mess with the rotation?
I think it will help. I think Kaysen needs a break. And I know Kaysen's been playing, 35, 40 minutes a game. So I think we definitely need him. But I do worry that he'll end up I know Cal likes playing him, so I do worry that he'll end up playing a lot of minutes. But yeah, I think it's a good thing to have him back. As many guys, as much depth as we can get, especially at that guard position.
Hey guys, go ahead and share this video. You can kind of help us out by giving this a share on your news feed. And we're trying to get, as many people in here as we can, especially since it's tournament time. And I mean, we don't really have anything to talk about tonight, but that's all the more reason we can get some people in here, because we want to take your call. We want to take lots of calls if we can. So get some people in here, tag people or share it or whatever. That would really help us out if you guys did that. So we would appreciate that very much. But so how are we feeling about tomorrow, Caden? Do you think has your optimism level changed at all since Selection Sunday? Do you think?
No, it's been about the same. But I do think we'll win the first round.
I genuinely think we'll win tomorrow night. Of course,
I hope Kaysen is healthy. That's kind of where I'm at.
Yeah, I hope that. Well, I hear that. I mean, the word on the street is Providence likes to play small ball. Like Vanderbilt and
or St. Peter's.
Yeah.
Then pump it in the paint, literally every possession.
But what faith do we have that Cal's going to do that if he hasn't done it in any of those games? He didn't make any adjustments against Vanderbilt. So what faith do we have that he's going to do it against Providence?
If that's the case, I want Oscar to go for 40.
I mean, I want Oscar to go to 40. I hope Oscar has a big game, and I hope they're calm tomorrow. I hope they're loose. I hope it's pretty much everything the opposite of what the St. Peter's game was last year. Josh Hart says, I think Wheeler will help out. I hope we win it all because I took them all the way. Yeah, I did see that, Josh, in your bracket. I saw that you had us going all the way to the championship. And granted, we did in our Talkin' Kentucky bracket too, but we also had Kent State and Iona in the Final Four. So we weren't completely serious. In my personal bracket, Caden, I have Alabama winning it all. Is that who you have too?
Yeah, I picked Alabama.
And
but Kansas looked good today too, and they didn't even have their head coach with them. So
that's right.
Kansas, unfortunately, may make another run too.
And speaking of our Talking Kentucky bracket group here, thanks for all of you that joined that group, and that's going to be awesome. And remember, the winner gets a Talking Kentucky hat. And I guess people really want that Talking Kentucky hat because, Caden, we got 21 entries into our little contest.
We got 21.
21 total, it looks like we got in here. Is it still open or did you close it?
No, it's locked.
Okay, it's locked now. You see,
I didn't want anyone changing their picks.
Right.
Now anyone cheating for that hat.
I did not cheat, but I entered a little late, so Caden unlocked it for me so I could because my bracket was not in. I filled it out last night, but it was not in, so he unlocked it for me. But Caden, the one thing I didn't really think through is that we might not know who actually wins because of all these like crazy ESPN fan usernames. Now, most of the people we can figure out who it is, but we might not actually be able to figure it out. We might have to actually either message these people or like put it out on social media and asking who some of these people are if they end up winning.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know if it's different, like if you can see more on the computer, but I know on the phone app I can't click on their profile or anything. So yeah, I'll have to take a look at it on the computer. Maybe I can at least find their email address.
Well, of course, mine is just called Coleman Scott, and my username is Coleman T Scott. So that's pretty easy to figure out who that one is. The first one I see on here, there's 5 people tied for first right now. One of them is me. One of them is ESPN fan 634940391, and that is Marsha because of her username is Marsha1223. She has Baylor going all the way. So I assume that. Caden, somehow our Talking Kentucky host bracket is tied for first place right now. That's something I did not expect at this point.
No, we knew that. We were confident in our picks.
Yeah, I think so. Scotty P is one of the is one of the ones tied in first place. Do we think that is Scott Sally?
It could be, but I have no clue.
I don't know who else it would be. Ben Hammonds, Talking Kentucky. That's definitely Ben Hammonds. That's definitely his bracket. And then we have tied for second or sixth, depending on how you look at it, is you and Cody. Caden. Cody's is called Cody Peeviler 1. He has Kentucky going all the way. And yours is called Let's Be Realistic. And it's Caden Holmes is the username. Then we have David Holmes. And, we have a big tie. Let's see. How many people? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We have 8 people tied for 8th place. We have David Holmes, Caleb Purdue, Jaggerman bracket, whatever that is, and then we have ESPN Jaegerman. Who's Jaegerman?
No
is
clue.
That Seth Yeager?
No
Could
clue.
be Seth Yeager.
Could be.
ESPN fan 149072721. Meow 1. Isn't that your mom? Okay. Yeah. Okay, that's your mom. Yep. Okay. Then we have Sad Kentucky fan. We have on U of K, who probably has the most interesting username on here, which is Have Baby Drink Bourbon. I don't think that's necessarily a good idea. I wouldn't advocate for that here.
Or is that Have a Baby and then I'll drink bourbon?
It's Have Baby Drink Bourbon is what the username is. So I think you can interpret that any way you want to. Usually it's the other way around. Drink bourbon and then you have the baby, I would think.
That's usually how it goes.
Yeah. But and then I actually really like your uncle's username here because it's just ha 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 is the username there. Jay Holmes, that's probably Jonathan Holmes. And then somebody we don't know is Olivia Martin is tied for 16th with 3 other people. Here we have Bobby IG. Not sure who that is, but they're also tied for 16th. And then we have Pessimist, which is your dad, tied for 16th. And then we have Caden's friend, who is also my friend, Noah Meninga. Right? Isn't Noah Caden's friend? Okay.
Yeah,
cool.
that's Noah. I think he picked Virginia to go to the Final Four, so he's not too happy right now.
And then in 20th, we have Kevin Moransky with 20 points. And then in 21st place with 0 points, because I don't think this person probably actually finished filling out their bracket, it looks like, is Kentucky fan for life. So those are all our entries right now. So again, we got a 5-way tie for first, and we got, Marcia, me, our Talking Kentucky bracket, and Ben Hammonds, and what I assume is Scott Sully, all tied for first. And again, if me, Caden, or Cody, Cody's not in the running, is he? For the Talking Kentucky hat? No.
Oh, I guess he can be. I don't
know.
He did a bracket with us.
We'd have to decide if he's in the running or not. That's a good. We'll have to cross that bridge when we come to it. See if he's in the running. But anyway, well, we'll take your calls. 502-234-1504. We'd love to hear from you about the upsets, about your thoughts on Kentucky Providence tomorrow. If you think we're going to pull out the victory, whatever you want to talk about, give us a shout, and we'd love to hear from you. What other games are tonight? There's games like all into the night tonight.
Northwestern and Boise State are playing right now. Who'd you have for that one?
Northwestern and Boise State. That's a good question. I don't even know. I didn't even know that was a game.
I had Northwestern.
I had Northwestern too. It looks like here. But for in my personal bracket, I had Northwestern. But I was listening back to our episode from Sunday, and for some reason, I picked Boise State, and I still can't remember why. Then again, I can't remember why I picked Iona and Boise State. And Kent State to go to the Final Four in the first place either. So who knows?
Oh no, it was Josh's bracket, that last one.
Oh, it was?
Yeah.
Man.
Josh messaged me after the show.
Yeah, we'll see if
we can fix that.
We'll see if we can fix it. Yeah. We'll see if we can set up the point system to figure it out. Dang. Okay, yeah, we'll get Josh in because I think the bracket's filled out, but it just didn't get entered or something. Yeah. So we'll have to figure that out. Yeah, we'll have to. You can message Caden's our IT person, right?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Clyde says Oscar wants number 9. That's very true.
Yeah, I do too.
He does. I think a lot of us want number 9, actually. But
Ben Hammond says Auburn is hitting threes. That sounds about right. That's how they win usually.
See,
they're killing Iowa 58-41.
I told you that Bruce Pearl was pissed. He's tired of his players getting smashed down there, and he thinks it's a joke. And I mean, yeah, they're gonna win. That was the biggest lock. Besides Fairleigh Dickinson beating Purdue tomorrow night, that's the biggest lock of the bracket for me.
It doesn't surprise me. Hey, in Iowa, your comment about 19-win teams, you're right, because I was a 19-win team.
Yeah, and Iowa State was too, I think. I guess they only win 19 games in Iowa.
I'd like to see that statistic.
Yeah, I would too. But yeah, give us a shout, man. Usually the phone lines are lighting up by now, but give us a shout. 502-234-1504. We'd love to hear from you. Otherwise, we're gonna have to call Cody again, and he's gonna have to answer, and that's not gonna be very entertaining. But
I had to call Clyde one time too, because the phone line wasn't working.
Okay, now we're getting to Clyde here. So yes, speak of the devil. What's up, Clyde? How you doing, man?
Howdy, partner.
Howdy, partner.
How you? That there's so much for Oral Roberts trying to upset Duke. They're down 50-25, and 15 minutes left in the second half.
Yeah, everybody kind of had that, Caden, as a potential upset, but I didn't really think that was going to be one. I mean, that was like a 5-12 upset everybody saw, but I wasn't feeling it. My gut went with Furman for an upset, and it ended up happening. Sometimes you just got to go with your gut. Sometimes you just don't know why things are going to happen, but you just got to go with your gut.
Yeah, I thought Duke would win at least one game in this tournament. They might win one or two more, but I definitely don't have them going to the Final Four. That's for sure.
Unfortunately, I do. But anyway.
Now, who would they play next? Furman. Who do they have next?
That's a good question. I don't know that game has happened yet. Caden, who's that look like they have next there?
Give me a second. Yeah, give me a second.
Actually, I see it now. It's San Diego State. San Diego State is who they would have
Saturday.
next.
San Diego State, man, College of Charleston was hanging with them boys today. They were.
I know.
Yeah, Furman might win that.
For real. I got Furman winning that game.
I think Furman might win that game too. Funny enough, I did not pick them in that game. I had San Diego State moving on, but everybody had Charleston beating San Diego State too. Honestly, so who knows?
San Diego State hasn't really been that good in a few years. I remember that one year when they went undefeated, and I think they lost in their, if I'm not mistaken, I believe they lost in their conference championship game, if I'm not mistaken. Or if that didn't happen, I think they lost in the second round of the NCAA tournament, kind of like how Wichita State did back in 2014. And then we upsetted them the round of 32, sending their butts home. I think that kind of reminds me of, like, those two right there being undefeated all season kind of reminds me, because where they're, like, not really powerhouse colleges, Wichita State and San Diego State, but they are teams that everyone knows about, because Wichita State's been to the Final Four. They've had some tournament success. Same with San Diego State, but San Diego State hasn't been to like Final Four or anything like that. At least I don't think they have. I could be wrong. They might have back in the day, but I don't recall from any of that. And wait, did you already talk about Jim Boeheim retiring?
Yeah, I think we talked about that a couple episodes ago. Yeah,
that was last Thursday, wasn't it?
I think it was even before that he officially retired. Yeah, it's been a while actually.
Now, I feel like that was last week. I feel like he retired last Thursday.
Was it? I thought it was
I don't remember
before the conference tournaments even happened. But I think regardless, everybody kind of saw it coming. But Clyde, you didn't fill out a bracket in our thing, did you?
No.
Because you said you're tired of losing, of being wrong in brackets.
Yes, I am. I'm tired of it because, like, they got this $1 million bracket out. No one's ever in their life going to get it right. And this has been going on for 6 or 7, 8 years. And I'm thinking in my mind, nobody's ever going to get this right. They're not going to win $1 million. It's never going to happen. So that right there kind of made me lose my passion. It used to be just filling it out for fun without any money guaranteed. But when money got involved, I kind of pushed away from it. I kind of lost interest in filling.
Hey, we're not giving out money.
Yeah, we're not giving out money. We're just giving out a hat.
It's even better.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? I think it's too late for me to fill out a bracket now. It's too late. It is too late because we already have the first four.
Well, that's true.
Official day of March Madness. So.
Well, if you had to pick a Final Four on the spot right now, who would your Final Four be?
Furman.
I don't even.
Kent State.
Not Furman. I got Furman going to the Sweet 16 though.
Yep.
But they'll lose in the Sweet 16. They won't. They'll kind of be like the COVID years Oral Roberts.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna throw that out there. That's who they'll be. But that's good for them. I don't think they've ever been to a Sweet 16. But Kentucky. I got Kentucky. I got Gosh, I can't even keep up. Wait, is Auburn on our side? No, they're not. Is Texas on our side?
I think Texas is on our side. Yeah.
Are they in the same up there with Alabama?
No, Alabama's in the South.
But Alabama's on top of our side, so if we go to the Final Four and if Alabama does, we would beat Alabama.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, because I saw Charles Barkley's bracket earlier. He had us in the Final
Four. He had us in
the
Final Four. That's right.
He had us losing to Alabama, but he had us in the Final Four.
Well, who would your national champion be?
Kentucky, of course. I just think as much as we've been through this year, I think with all the losses that we've gone through this year and just I think it's just, now we just play with I know we lost to Vandy in the SEC. What is it? Quarterfinal, semifinal? What do they call that? The Friday game.
That was a quarterfinal.
That was the quarterfinals.
Okay.
Yeah.
And Saturday's the semifinal, right?
That's right. Yeah.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure. I didn't want to get that incorrect. But, I just think everything we've been through this year, I kind of look at it as a 2014 team, even the 2011 team that lost a bunch of games.
With Josh Harrelson.
10 games. The Josh Harrelson team.
Yeah.
That team lost 10 games in the regular season. All of them was pretty much on the road. We won every home game. But basically, when we would go on the road in the SEC, we would lose. I kind of look at it like that. This team has been through a lot of bumps and bruises all season, dealing with injuries, coaching stuff, and all that, trying to get them prepared to play. But then they, get too big-headed and all that. Some of them have had attitude problems.
Well, the Final Four of that year in 2011 was in Houston, too, much like this year. So so we'll see.
Yes, but the 2014 was in Dallas. It's Arlington because they played in the AT&T Stadium where the Dallas Cowboys play.
Oh, that's right.
2014 wasn't in Houston. It was in Arlington, Texas.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
And, I just like that. Those two teams I look at the most. I may look at 2014, but I don't see nobody on this team being like an Aaron Harrison. I really don't.
Yeah.
Unless if it's Antonio Reeves. I mean, he's the only one
it
I
could
can
be.
really see. It could be. We didn't think it was going to happen in 2014, but it did. But,
Is 2014, is that when Liggins hit that shot in the corner against North Carolina?
No, that was 2011. That was in the Elite Eight against North Carolina.
Okay. That was the 2011
Cal
team.
called him over. Yeah, when Cal said come here and he gave him a kiss on the cheek.
Yeah,
Brandon Knight, I think.
How could you forget the DeAndre Liggins kiss game? Yeah.
Yeah, that was that team was a fun team. That was only Cal's second year.
That was a fun team. I mean, I love it, and that's when Josh Harrelson threw the ball at Jared Sullinger too. Yeah, that was a good one.
And the Sweet 16. Yeah, because he got mad, and then it was going out of bounds, and he saw him right there, and he threw it. I think he threw it at his chest.
Yep.
It went out of bounds. But that's one of the most iconic Kentucky tournament plays I can remember.
Oh, it is.
Besides, the shots that Aaron Harrison took and all that. That was one of the first most iconic moments I can remember because I have a hard time remembering really anything that happened in the John Wall year of that tournament. The only thing I really remember is Eric Bledsoe having that huge dunk against Wake Forest. That was really it. That's one thing I really remember.
I just remember losing to West Virginia. But
and they lost today. They lost to Maryland.
They sure did.
I think Bob Morgan should hang it up. To be honest with you, he needs to go. I've lost respect for him after he said that about Oscar. I was like, I don't like him no more.
Oh no, yeah, him and that West Virginia fan that ran into Caden and Cody in Nashville. But well, Clyde, you feel good about tomorrow? You think we can pull out the upset? Not upset, but feel any win for us feels like an upset nowadays. So.
Well, with the way things have gone, it has, But this is Kentucky. This is our time to shine.
It is.
We are Kentucky. We are Kentucky. We have 8 national championships to our resume.
We do.
We have so many We have so many NBA draft picks in the NBA now. The NBA is basically covered of Kentucky players.
It basically is. Yeah.
All the success we've had here. We'll be ready for this game. These players, they looked loose. I was watching their interviews and Cal's interviews. So one guy said that Cal looks like you could tell in his face that they're going to lose. And then I replied to that person. I was like, maybe it's just the old age in his face. I mean, if you really think about it, I mean, he's got wrinkles in his face. I mean,
yeah,
it's an old age. He's 63 years old.
He
don't look like he's 50. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Oh, that makes sense. Well, Claude, Thanks for calling in. Hopefully we can get a W tomorrow.
I hope so. And before I go, I think we'll win by 4, 80-76.
80-76. All right, Todd. Sounds good, man. We'll see you.
All righty. Go Cats.
Go Cats. Caden, you like that score? 80-76?
I would like a bigger margin than that if we're going to have any chance at a run in this tournament. I was thinking about, how we lost in the quarterfinals. I saw a stat last year, and I'm pretty sure we've never won a national championship after losing in the SEC quarterfinals in the tournament. Which I'm not saying it can't happen this year, but I'm just saying the odds are not in our favor.
That would make sense.
It's usually we lose in the championship game of the SEC tournament, or maybe once or twice in the semifinals.
In fact, losing in the championship of the SEC tournament is usually good for our chances of winning a national championship. And even more so losing to Vanderbilt in the championship too.
Yep.
Is because that 2012 year we lost to Vanderbilt.
Got that part right, I guess.
Yeah, I guess we did. That's right.
Auburn and Iowa is close now. 64-58. Yep.
Well, I feel like my bracket's already busted because Arizona lost. Not really though. Only had them going to the second weekend. That's the only game I've lost. I've still got some things to look up to. Texas and Colgate are playing right now. I remember we were trying to figure out on our show on Sunday where Colgate was, and you said right next to Crest, and I said right next to Sensodyne.
Yeah. Wherever that's at. Yeah. Yeah,
wherever that is. You can give us a shout on the Talkin' Kentucky phone line, 502-234-1504. We'd love to hear from you. I guess the Sweet 16 is going on right now in Kentucky, like the high school Sweet 16.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
Know. That Travis Perry kid that plays for Lyon County, he broke like the all-time points.
Cal was there record. Watching him. Yeah, he's in Western Kentucky, I think.
Cal was there, really?
Yeah.
Oh wow, nice. Is Cal recruiting him?
I have no clue if he was there for him or for someone else, but he was there. I saw a picture of him at that game.
Could have been there for Reed Shepherd. I mean, I think they're going to announce Kentucky Mr. Basketball. I think it's this Sunday they're going to announce it. And I guess it could be that Travis Perry kid, but how can it not be Reed Shepherd? I mean, the kid's averaged a triple-double during his time. During his high school career. For his career, he's averaged a triple-double, has over 4,000 points. I mean, it's pretty crazy numbers, if you ask me.
Yeah, I think I heard it was between those two as well.
We'd love to hear from you. 502-234-1504. Give us a shout. Marsha in the comments says it depends on how Providence plays our height or how we handle their smaller quickness and pressure. Yeah, just like we were saying, they're going to go small, and depending on what Cal wants to do. I can tell you one thing, Caden. I'm pretty certain the Cal's not going to play his own.
He started playing more zone recently. Have you noticed that? The last few games, there have been times where zone has actually been played. I don't know if it was played against Vandy, but the games before that, he plays zone for 3 or 4 possessions at a time.
Ben Hammond says a 19-6 run for Iowa right now. That's pretty crazy.
Yeah, there's still 5 minutes left too.
Come on, Bruce. How you letting that happen? He's going to say these guys getting smashed down there.
Yeah, that won't be good for our brackets. Well, I think I'll have to lose in the second round anyways.
Yeah, I think I did too. That's for sure. But, well, Caden, some of my favorite shows that we've actually done have been we started this show a year ago after we lost to St. Peter's, right? That's what kind of made us start this thing. And so our very first lineup of shows were just during the off season, during the summer. And those ended up being some of my favorite shows that we've done so far because we just talked about random stupid stuff and done random brackets and everything. So I guess we're getting to where it's going to be that point again here pretty soon, where it's going to be the off season. So hopefully that doesn't start tomorrow night. Hopefully it starts a little bit later on. But we got to start thinking about what kind of brackets we're going to do. One thing I want to do like an SEC fight songs bracket, or like a college fight songs bracket. We can listen to them, also look at the lyrics. I feel like that would be
we go back and forth playing them.
Yeah, we could. I think the whichever one wins, we have
find
to
the
play
sheet
it.
music,
or whichever the worst one ends, we have to play it. Yeah, I think that could be. No, you have to transcribe it. I think that'd be a good way to do it. But we got to think about the lineup of guests we want to bring on to help us do these brackets. We've said that we want to do a beer bracket too. Honestly,
I'm down.
Yeah, have to bring in David Holmes for that one.
Yeah, we'll get you trying a really bad beer so you finally understand.
So when I think of bad beer, I think the worst beer that I've ever had is a Natty Light. I think that's the worst beer I've ever had.
It gets about 80% worse.
I just don't like. I can't even fathom how it could get worse than that. So you're telling me it can get 80% worse than a Natty Light?
Yes.
How does it get worse than Natty Light?
The taste. Like Natty Light's like water. Bad beer has like, I don't know, like a moldy taste to it, I guess. I don't know.
Moldy?
Yeah, it's not. It makes you want a Natty Light.
Well, it was like that 50-cent can beer you were telling me, and that you got in Stillwater.
Oh, in Oklahoma? Yeah, it's called Regal.
Regal?
Regal, yeah. Regal Brow.
Regal Brow. Okay. Yeah. I want to look up
bad beer doesn't even taste like beer. That's the problem.
Regal Brow.
Yeah. BRAU. Yep.
Oh, BRAU. And it's 50 cents a can?
Yep.
Well, that makes sense. Oh, this doesn't even look like. This looks like a soup can.
I guess it kind of does, doesn't it?
It doesn't even look like a real beer can.
White can with like gold letters on it.
Yep. It looks. That does look like it would be bad. That's for sure. Ben Hammond says, "What does the Talkin' Kentucky hat look like?" Well, I'm glad you asked, because I have one right back here, and I still need to send Caden one. When I see Caden, I'm going to be in Kentucky quite a bit this summer, so when I see Caden, I'm gonna bring Caden his own Talkin' Kentucky hat too, so he doesn't even have to win the bracket challenge. But I'm gonna find this hat. Check this out, so I can model this.
Call Coleman.
I mean, we are getting a call. Who is that? Is that Josh Hart?
Josh Hart. Yeah.
What's up, Josh? How's it going?
Hey, what's going on, guys? How y'all tonight?
Oh, we're doing good. We're just gonna show off this hat here. See, it's like trucker style hat. Yeah. You got the net in the back, and then it's gray. It says
Talkin' ventilation. It's got some ventilation back there.
It's got some ventilation. I'll even throw it on. Yeah.
That's the one you've worn before on the show, I believe, ain't it?
Oh yeah, this is the one. Yeah, this is the one. So we want to get to the point where we can like make a bunch of these and like sell them, but we're not there yet. But so right now we're just doing this as a prize for the bracket challenge thing. But
speaking of bracket, I don't know what happened because I screenshotted Caden my pick, and he said I didn't pick Kentucky, but that's okay that you did or something like that. So I don't know what happened with my bracket because
that's pretty much what I said.
It said in progress in red, and I was like, I've messed up somewhere. So it's actually my first time I've ever done a bracket because I usually don't know. I'm like Clyde, I never pick them. I just root for the team that I think that's going to win. But
Josh, I'll unlock it. I'll unlock it tonight.
Yeah, he'll either unlock it, or if that doesn't work, we'll just. I mean, it's just every time you win a game, it's 10 points, so we could just add up the point system regardless. So I mean, it's no big deal. We'll figure it out.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll get it. But who is your even bracket here? I was gonna do this with Clyde, but I forgot that he didn't even fill out a bracket. So I'm gonna pull up your bracket here, and we're gonna kind go over your picks here if you want. Let's see. What even? I need to find the group. This app, as Caden says, is scuffed.
Oh, yeah, it sucks.
Yeah, it does. Okay, you're a Kentucky fan for life.
Yes.
That's your bracket. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, let's see. Well, it's not even showing me your picks, I don't think. Well, you probably have your bracket pulled up. What did you have any of the upsets today? What'd you have from today?
No, I actually had Arizona going to the lead 8, and I had I had Virginia getting beat next round. I think it was. I can't remember, but I definitely had Arizona going a lot further than that. They're my only 2 losses. Everything else I've hit so far. I wanted to pick against Duke, but I knew they were gonna take care of business. They're a good team, man. I mean, about threw up my mouth saying that. But, you can't take away from them. I mean, they were 25-6. They had a really good season. We didn't.
Old John Shire, Cody's buddy.
Yeah.
Cody's, but but you know, I picked an all SEC Final Four. I think I got Arkansas. I think I got Arkansas and Texas A&M, Kentucky, and
Alabama. In Alabama.
No, I got Alabama getting beat Sweet 16.
Oh, wow.
I think Missouri. I think I got Missouri. Missouri in the Final Four. It's Kentucky, Missouri, and Arkansas and A&M. And I got
Missouri
Arkansas
would have to play them.
Kentucky in the national title game.
Arkansas and Kentucky, the national title game. Oh man, I'd be nervous about that one.
I just don't see Arkansas getting that far.
Well, it'd probably be easier to play Kent State like we had.
Yeah.
Man, we had some good rationale in there. I mean, did you get the chance to go? I know you didn't get to finish listening to that live. Did you get the chance to go back and listen to it?
No, I've been pretty busy this week, working pretty hard. So usually it's just shower in bed for me this week, and I don't even eat breakfast. It's been that long of a week. Oh man, been doing a lot of hard work, but I'll have to go back and listen to it and listen to your all's breakdown.
We lay it out. We got some good. We laid out the logic there.
Yeah, I'm pulling out the stats, and Coleman's telling me how I'm thinking too much about it.
Yeah.
If I'd had more time to sit down, because I started clicking on it. You know, they show the BPIs. They break down every game. ESPN does.
Yep.
I guess in a way it shows you know the strength of schedule, their points per game, you know their defense, this and that. You know, and like we always said, you know, free throws matter because I mean that's why Virginia got beat today. They make the free throws, and they lost their game because of it.
They did. They made several stupid decisions. Man, that was a crazy ending of that game.
I mean, what was he thinking? I mean, he takes that basketball and chucks it over his back like it's a backward pass or something, and I'm like a lateral, and I'm like, what are you thinking?
Looked like Destin Wade in the Citrus Bowl.
Yeah, and then I mean, it's just a free ball. I mean, anybody can get that ball, and they got it, and then that kid knocked a 40-footer down. You're like,
that's insane.
You went from winning the game to you're going home.
Yeah, I don't think he realized how much time was left.
Yeah, I'm with you, Gaten. I don't think he did either. I don't think he got.
I can see in that moment where you'd be freaking out, but
yeah, he didn't know what to do. Maybe they I don't know what their timeout situation was there. If they had a timeout, he should have called timeout. But,
they weren't even really trapping him, though.
He almost traveled with the ball, too. So, I mean, it's just a bad play by him. But they didn't lose just solely on that one play. They lost because they couldn't make free throws.
Yeah, much like we did and last time we played Kansas State too. So yeah, let's just hit our free throws. Let's feed Oscar tomorrow night. How are you feeling about the game tomorrow night? I mean, you feeling any more optimistic than Sunday?
You know, everybody's talking about, oh, Bryce Hopkins. That's all I'm seeing on the feeds, on the UK feeds. Bryce Hopkins. Oh, my God. Like, it's the end of the world. Listen, he's one person. One.
Yep.
That's all. Is that all they got? Is that all they have? If that's all they got, we're going to win. We're going to win. I think we're going to win big. I think we're going to win double digits. I think we're going to win by 15 points.
If we win by 15 or 20 points.
If that's all they got, then
I mean, he is like one of their better players. So I mean, like he is one of the main weapons. That's for sure.
Yeah, but he's only averaging 17.6 points per game or something like that. He's not even averaging 20. If I looked at it right the other day.
Yeah. I mean, I think I'm feeling more confident about it. And I feel like I talk myself into every Kentucky win ever, but we'll see.
I mean, I would hate to get beat first round by a bunch of nobodies, honestly.
I don't know where he was going with that.
I mean, anything's possible. They need to come out, like you said earlier, they need to be loose, they need to be focused. And they just need to come out and play like they've been playing when they play. Remember when we went on that little run and everybody started feeling all fuzzy, like, oh, here we go.
Yep.
We're finally turning the corner. That's
play like we did against Tennessee.
To play it.
Both times.
Yeah, both times against Tennessee. That's how we need to play the rest of the way out. And Marcia says we're gonna have to feed Oscar. There's no doubt in my mind. That's right, and that's what we should have done. Just every time in the Vanderbilt game, just give it to Oscar every time going down the floor when they go to small ball. I don't understand why we didn't do that, and that's the only thing I'm worried about tomorrow night. So.
And I know another thing. I know Severe has not been the best this year, and I know I've probably said some bad things about the kid, and I really don't mean to, but. Honestly, I think this is going to help us. I think it'll give us a spark. I think it'll uplift us a little bit, him coming off the bench, because he does give us a little spark when we need it. And
he is fast.
He will help give Kaysen some time, the breeze, and that's what we need. We need another body or two.
Yep.
I mean. I just wish that Calipari would play the other bench players some more. I know people's been dogging Frederick out a lot lately. I don't know why. I mean, yeah, he's not had the year he had when he was wherever the heck he was before. But at the end of the day, we just need to support him as much as we can. And I would love the show that everybody that doubted us the whole year to shut them up and win number 9 this year. It would be great.
It would be.
Amen.
Go Cats, amen.
And then because we got a killer squad coming in next year, I mean, so if we win, we get a championship this year, and then we turn around and get it again next year. I mean, we're well on our way. And then I will be forgiven, and there won't be no more fire Calipari. But we got to quit. We can't have South Carolina and Vanderbilt losses. They hurt too much.
Well, I mean, I don't know if you saw it, but I mean, Oscar said on multiple occasions, as recently as yesterday, that he would not be against coming back to Kentucky for a third year. I
don't believe that just yet.
Well, do we? I mean, it's a little early to talk about this, but do we even want Oscar to come back for a third year? I mean, are we even going to have space in the rotation for him with the guys we got coming in?
I think we would, but I mean, there's a kid I can't remember I read about today a little bit. He's a big guy coming in next year. Actually, he's there right now. He's just not playing.
Onyenso.
He got reclassed and he came in early. But, I mean, I think his name's
Ugana.
Ugana Onyenso. Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. That's him. So, I mean, I don't know. Like you said, now I wonder if there would be room for Oscar. Because, but I mean, it would be nice to have two big men. I mean, You think we
Well,
might have moved on?
I'd take Oscar as long as he wants to stay. Honestly,
I mean, we've got Aaron Bradshaw coming in too, right? I mean, he's a big man, isn't he? Coming in.
yeah.
So he's going to be one of the elite guys coming in, and then I mean, but the thing that I'm most excited about, I mean, forget Oscar coming back or not, is the possibility of Antonio Reeves and C.J. Frederick both coming back. I mean, having those shooters in addition to a true point guard like DJ Wagner, like a John Wall level point guard like DJ Wagner. I mean, he's not going to be John Wall, but he's going to be that type of elite talent. He's going to be like a De'Aaron Fox kind of talent.
Yeah.
So,
but yeah, I'm excited. I mean, I just want Duke to get beat next round, and then
yep.
you know, I don't. I want them to get beat tonight, but that's not going to happen. I think they're way up. But,
yeah, I don't think it's going to happen tonight.
I got to get off here. I got to get inside and get to work, but I just wanted to call and share my thoughts.
Yeah, man.
With you guys and,
thanks for calling in, Josh. Hopefully we pull out the win tomorrow night.
Yeah, and hopefully I can fix my bracket here in a little bit or something.
We'll figure out your bracket. That's for sure. No doubt. All right, man.
Guys, have a great night. Go Cats.
Go Cats. See ya. No but man tonight. Just go Cats.
If we win these next two games by 15 or 20 points, like we should, I'll be more of a believer.
For instance, Caden's like, if we make it to the national championship, I'll start to believe. Yeah, but
seriously though, if I want to see some pretty big margins, like let's stop screwing around, Coleman.
Yeah, let's stop screwing around, guys. Come on, let's just win some games.
Because they can. They can win every one of these games by 30. Because they've done it. Yeah,
have they?
Yeah, they have.
When did they do it? Oh, Tennessee,
Vandy the first time.
Arkansas.
Didn't they destroy Arkansas? Yeah, Bahamas. They won by like 80. So
yeah, Bahamas. Yeah, that's right. You're listening to Talkin Kentucky, Bahamas special.
That's a good one.
It was fun. Hopefully we'll win. I'm excited to watch some of these. Like I said, it's my favorite time of the year. I'm excited to watch some of these other games later tonight. UCLA is playing UNC Asheville later tonight. Tomorrow's St. Patrick's Day. Do you have any big St. Patrick's Day plans, Caden?
Can't say I do. No.
Drink some green beer.
No. Does that exist?
It does exist. I've never drank it before.
Well, something tells me that you would rather drink a Natty Light than that.
Well, I bet it would. I bet it'd be better than whatever the Regal thing you're talking about is.
You wouldn't like it, but you just got to remember it's good value.
Good value. Okay, gotcha. Well, we'll do kind of a last call for calls here. 502-234-1504. We'd love to hear from you. Man, I'd love to get I feel like we need a Talking Kentucky Joe song to get us hype for the game.
Maybe next time he pokes me on Facebook, I'll ask him to come on again.
I'm gonna go on the video here on our live. I'm gonna tag him in it and see if we can get him on here. I don't know if he's on Facebook right now, but he might be. Okay, I'm gonna tag him. Joseph. Okay. Yeah, we'll see.
You want him to call in right now?
I mean, why not? Yeah, you got me down there. You can see myself in the comments. So we'll see. We'll see if we can get him in here. I feel like we need a Kentucky Joe song to pump us up for the game tomorrow. So hopefully if you can get in here, that'd be great. But if not, that's fine too.
Coleman, this looks like Auburn's pulling away. 40 seconds left. They're up 7. So unless they pull a Virginia. Yeah, Marsha says she's watching the Auburn game. It must be a good game. Unless they pull a Virginia, it looks like they're going to pull this one out, which I don't see Bruce Pearl pulling a Virginia. Do you?
Virginia's really good. Yeah, I don't. Virginia's really good at losing in the first round, aren't they?
Yeah, they are. They said it happened 5 years ago.
Yeah.
UNBC one.
Lisa Marie Scott says, did UK ever bring Doug back? They're going to in 2 years. They gave him a 2-year suspension. And then they're going to bring him back. So
pretty brutal.
It's pretty brutal for just flipping off a Florida fan.
Yeah.
I mean, I do that every week.
I mean, really?
Well, no, but close.
After seeing their fans when we played them that one night, I kind of didn't blame them. They were kind of annoying.
Yeah, they were. I have to say that video we made of the Doug with the Hangover song, the Doug song from the Hangover. I mean, that was pretty quality content. So
yeah, I kind of thought that one was going to go viral.
Yeah, people just don't have the same sense of humor we do, I guess.
Yeah, they don't really know what's funny. So.
They don't appreciate humor. But however, that Tennessee video, the dumpster fire, now that was funny, and people do appreciate that. So
that was a good one.
That was good. But we need to figure out who we need to reach out to about players and stuff like that.
Yeah, I guess Perry Stevenson hasn't checked his email yet.
Yeah, and checked his email.
If anyone that's watching this knows Perry Stevenson.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll have to get we have to get some play over the summer. Like that's part of our summer plans. We got to get some summer people. I'm thinking about reaching out to I'm sure everybody's reached out to him. But I'm thinking about reaching out to Michael McGuire, try to have him on the show. The coal miner that Cal.
Oh yeah. That'd be cool.
Yeah, I think it'd be cool to have him on. Yeah, we'll see.
Coleman, are you gonna watch this Northern Kentucky Houston game?
Is that tonight?
Yeah, it's at 8:20 on TNT.
Well, dude, heck yeah.
You think Northern Kentucky has a shot, or you think they're gonna get slaughtered like Cody said?
I mean, after Princeton beat Arizona and Furman beat Virginia, I think they do have a shot. I don't think anybody doesn't have a shot this year. I think
Colgate's not getting destroyed by Texas. I mean, they're 53-40. They're putting up a fight.
Yeah.
So.
UNC
Asheville, UCLA plays tonight too.
Oh, that'll be a barn burner. Lisa Marie Scott says, what about the guy that ended up having a T-shirt made? Seems like its name began with an H. He became a star fan at one of the UK games. Do you know who she's talking about?
Having a T-shirt made. Was it the dancing dude? Is that what she's talking about?
Moni? Yeah, I don't know if it's that dude.
Remember the guy that just danced like every single game? He's going down the rail just dancing.
Yeah, I think he got. I think they stopped letting him dance for some reason because he like fell on somebody. Yeah, he's actually from Frankfurt, by the way, from my hometown. He was a big guy.
He was pretty old, if I remember.
And he became famous during that game. No, I can't remember who that was. But well, Caden, hopefully we beat Providence. And then we'd either play Kansas State or who? Montana State in the second round. So
I think that sounds about right.
Kansas State. Will we play on Sunday? Is that right?
Yeah,
is that Sunday. When we play? All right. Well, next time we see you guys, we'll either be.
She's talking about the drummer, isn't she? She's talking about the drummer.
The mad drummer.
UK student.
Oh yeah, Harold something.
Was it Harold?
What's his name? Harold?
I don't know. I could be wrong.
Okay. No, I can't remember. The mad drummer. We need to have him on. We could. There's a lot of people we could have on. Well, hopefully, like I said, hopefully we get the W. Next time we see you, we may or may not still be in the NCAA tournament. But
what's your final score?
For Kentucky Providence, 82 to 68. Kentucky.
That's fair. I'm gonna say 78, 66.
There we go. Now my mom's saying you became friends with him. He was really popular. They printed T-shirts about him. You were friends on Facebook with him, Henry something. This is not ringing a bell. I became friends with him. I can't.
I don't know who she's talking about.
I don't know.
You supposedly know this guy, though, Coleman.
Talking Henry. Well, we got to name this episode.
What's Furman's mascot?
Paladins.
Talking Paladins?
Either Talking Furman or Talking Paladins. Why not Talking Paladins?
Yeah, it's got a ring to it. That works.
It does have a ring to it. Ding, ding, ding. All right. Well, guys, give us a and I think Marsha, by the way, in the comments said that we need to make a visor.
A visor. I saw that.
I'll tell you what, Marsha, if you win the bracket competition, we will send you a Talking Kentucky visor. You have my word. Yeah, if you win the bracket competition, we will arrange for that.
Pretty cool.
Oh, okay. I know who she's talking about. He's talking about the guy in the band, Hayden Hooper. He was a big guy, and the camera went on him during the game, and he became real popular. I don't believe he was a band member. Yeah, he was.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking about.
They ended up printing T-shirts. He was the big talk for a while. It was while you were still at UK, Coleman.
I had him on KSR. Yeah,
Hayden Hooper. Yeah, of course. Yeah. So Ben Hammonds, FYI, I love your worship videos. Oh, thanks, man. Appreciate it. I've been posting some videos of me playing trumpet at church, that's actually one of the best places to play trumpet, Caden. Yep. It's at church. That's a good spot. And Marcia says deal. And she says bring Hayden on. Yeah, we need to bring Hayden on, Caden. That's a good idea. In fact, I think I might even have a shirt with Hayden's face on it. Do I even have that right here? No? Yes? Maybe? No, I don't. I had a shirt. I have a shirt that with Hayden flexing and it's saying cheering for my team. So Claude says, Caden, do you go to church?
Yes, Clyde, I am a Christian, and I do play trumpet at church. I haven't found a church home here in Kentucky yet, but yes, I do go to church, Clyde.
We've talked about doing a segment of Talking Kentucky where we go into scripture, where you talk a little talking church. Hey, on our YouTube channel or something. Yeah. We seriously talked about doing.
Yeah, we don't know whether to do a different. I guess we could just be like a different playlist / album or something. Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, get John Huang on again and talk about that. That'd be good. Well, Claude says come to Christ Center Church here in Lexington at Eastland Parkway. Well, Caden, there's your reason to move to Lexington right there. All
right, Clyde. Next time I'm in Lexington on a Sunday.
There we go.
Take your advice.
Instead of Paladins, it should be Talking Christ Center Church in Lexington Eastland Parkway. Talking Tourney. Well, guys, again, thanks for checking us out as always. We're trying to get our YouTube subscribers up because we do post some funny stuff on there. So subscribe to Talking Kentucky on YouTube. Smash that subscribe button. If you haven't already, like our Talking Kentucky Facebook page. That's where we do most of our stuff. So here we are. And then Caden's going to put a link in the comments. If you like what we're doing, for some reason, and you'd like to support us, we have a Patreon where you can get a Talking Kentucky coffee mug, or you can get a Talking Kentucky sticker. If you send us a little dough. So if you'd like to support us in that way, feel free. The link is in the comments to the support us section of our website. And that would help us out a lot. That would help us bring you better and better content and help us do more stuff. So, well, for Coleman Scott, for Caden Holmes. For Marsha Davis Wilson saying "Go Cats" in the comments, and for beating Providence tomorrow.
For the Paladins.
And for the Paladins. That's right. This has been Talking Kentucky, episode number 43, Talking Paladins. And we'll see you next time. Go Cats. Win a tournament game for the first time in 5 years.